Thank you for purchasing Azon Publisher Studio. This tutorial is going to teach you how to get this plugin set up on your site and also teach you how to use it so you can quickly go through your live website and create your Amazon affiliate ads. Now to start with, you should have already downloaded a .zip file for the Azon Publisher Studio plugin. Simply download that file to your local computer and then come over to your WordPress website to upload and install it. To do this, just go to Plugins and Add New. Then simply visit the upload link right here up at the top of the page. And then just click on Browse right here and find that .zip file that you downloaded for Azon Publisher Studio. Now once you find and select that file, just click on Install Now right here. You'll see a little bit of text on the page, and then just look for a little blue link like this that says Activate right down at the bottom of all that text. This activates the plugin on your site. So now when you go to the installed plugins list right here, you should see Azon Publisher Studio right here, and there should be a deactivate link and not an activate link, like so. So this means it is installed and set up correctly on your site. Now the next thing that you need to do is to look for Azon Publisher Studio over here in the sidebar and just go down to Settings. Now this settings page here, there is some HTML code right here in the middle. This HTML code is coming from Amazon itself. This is what actually powers the Publisher Studio. So all you have to do is just log into your Amazon affiliate account. Look for the Publisher Studio tab up at the top of your account and click on it to visit this page. Now on this page, what you're looking for is this bottom section right down here. For existing sites, you can go ahead and simply click on Manage right here and pull up your HTML code that you need. Now, since you've never done this before, you won't have any registered sites right here. So just come down below and type in a name. You can just type in like the name of your website, for example, and click on Generate Code. So if I just type in a name right here so I can generate some code so you can see how this looks, I just get a brief bit of HTML code right here. All I need to do is just select all of this code, right click on it, and click on either Cut or Copy. Then I simply go back to the settings page of Azon Publisher Studio and paste this code in as you see here. Then all I have to do is click on Save Changes. This updates my site, and once this code is in place, then Azon Publisher Studio is working on my live website. And the best part about this is other people that are visiting your website are not going to see this. This is something that only shows up for you. You need to be logged into your administrator account on your WordPress website. Then when you're on the actual website itself, you will be able to use Azon Publisher Studio. Now if you'll notice, even though I'm on my live website here, and I've already put in the settings over here into the plugin, Azon Publisher Studio is actually not running. You should see a little tab bar right up here at the top of the page. So all I need to do is jump back over here to Amazon one more time and just look for the instance that you created for this website. So I called this one DCG. All I need to do is click on the Enable Toolbar button. You can also do this down here below with this text link immediately after you actually generate your code. So If you find that it's not working, this is likely why. Just make sure you jump back over here and enable your toolbar. You can also go back and at a later point in time turn on or off Publisher Studio for a particular website. Just keep in mind that if you turn it off, you will be turning off all of the actual advertisements that are generated on that site. So for this reason, you could decide to create a new instance right here for each of your individual websites. That way, if you wanted to deactivate a particular website, you could do so easily right here through your affiliate account. Or for simply ease of use, you could just generate one of these and actually use it on each of the different websites that you're building. Now, one last thing that I want to point out before I jump over and actually show you guys how to use the Publisher Studio is the tracking IDs. Up here in the top left-hand corner of your affiliate account, you have your main affiliate ID, but then you also have a drop-down box right here of tracking IDs that you've created. Now, if you haven't created any tracking IDs, then it's just going to show your main affiliate ID right here. But a lot of people will set up a new tracking ID for each of the different sites that they use. That way, when they're going through their Amazon affiliate earnings reports, they can figure out what earnings are coming from which websites so they can actually determine some type of real performance for each website. Well, the Publisher Studio still allows you to use these tracking IDs. All you have to do is make sure you select the appropriate tracking ID up here in the drop-down box before you are creating your new instance below. So notice right here in the middle of this code it says Down Comforter Guide /20. Up above here, this happens to be my tracking ID. So this gets embedded into your code. So I wanted to simply point this out in case you use tracking IDs and you want to make sure that this continues on with use of this Publisher Studio. So now that I have enabled this toolbar, if I jump back to my live website and simply refresh the page, then I'll actually see the Publisher Studio show up right up at the top here. Now, sometimes if you're not logged into your affiliate account, you may not initially see all these different tools right here and may just have a sign in link. If that's the case, just click on it and sign into your affiliate account so it can connect up everything. That's why you don't have to enter in your affiliate ID or API information or any of that complicated stuff to get this plugin working. All you need is that one bit of code from Amazon that you load into the plugin, and then everything else that you're doing with this plugin on your site is done through the live website itself. So now I'm going to jump to a page on my live website here. And if you watch the video from my sales page, you should find this familiar. I thought I would simply redo these same links and explain this to you in a little bit more detail so you actually understand exactly how this works. So to start with, we have up here under tag, we have two different modes. There's a page mode and a theater mode. Page mode allows us to select things on our actual page that we want to link up to an Amazon product. Theater mode allows us to cycle through all of the images that are on this page. So we can then do the same thing with them, link them up to an Amazon product. So whichever one works out best for you, simply select them. Page mode can actually operate anything. You can operate an image or you can do text links. You can't do the text links in the theater mode though. So to do a text link, all you have to do is just figure out what part of the text in your site you want actually linked up to an Amazon product. And then all you have to do is simply select that text. As soon as you have let go of your mouse button selecting that text, this window should pop up for you, and it will search the same term that you selected from your text. So this can automatically populate relevant Amazon products for you. Then all you have to do is browse through this list here and select one of these products. So find one that is relevant for what you're trying to target and simply click on it. So I want a hypoallergenic down comforter here, so I'm going to go for this particular one, and simply clicking on it now adds this in as an affiliate link to my website. Now if you see here, when I'm hovering over the link, I can click on it and it will actually take me off to Amazon to look at the product. But as the administrator of the website, since you're using Publisher Studio here, you have these additional options. You can actually delete your links if you decide you no longer want them, or if you created something on accident, or you can go through and edit it. So you can readjust your search term and even pick out a different product if you would like to. So nothing that you're doing here is set in stone. You can go back through and edit any of this. Now for the images, all you have to do is just click on one and it will pop up this little search box. In the search box, you just type in whatever is relational to the image that's going to help you to find that Amazon product that you want to link up to this particular image. So this would also be hypoallergenic down comforters. So I will search this particular term. I could pick out the same comforter that I selected for the other one, or I could pick something different. It really just kind of depends on whatever I'm trying to achieve on this site. Now, here's the really cool part that I like about the images. It adds this little Shop Now tag to the bottom corner of the image with a little Amazon logo in it. If you hover over this, it will open up this informational window where it actually shows you the picture of the product, the fact that it's from Amazon, the price, the reviews, a brief description, and you can even click on the link to then proceed on to Amazon to purchase it. So this is what your visitors of your live site are going to see. Now, just like the text links that were generated by this, you can also edit or also delete these image links that you have gone through and created on your live website. Now, other things that you can do in this plugin, there are a few different settings up here. Two of them in particular I wanted to point out to you. One of them is this pin to bottom. You can click on this to change this little bar from showing up at the top or the bottom of your page. So you can flop it back and forth, whichever works out better for you and is more comfortable for you to use. Now we also have this settings link right here. In the settings link, this is for the image tagging. This limits image tagging to images of a specific size range. So what you're doing here is specifying a width in pixels and a height in pixels of image sizes. So we have a default range of 70 to 1300 pixels wide by the same amount tall. Now what this really does is the images that you have the option of tagging here, especially when you're going through the theater mode, for example. It'll automatically show you the images that are here, and you can sort them by tagged or untagged, or even ignored images. When you're browsing through them, there's an ignore image button down at the bottom. So if you have a particular image that is showing up in this section that you're simply never going to link up to an Amazon product and you don't want to have to keep flipping past it, you can just ignore it and it won't show up in your normal tabs up here. So the same thing works with this. You get to tag your images just like we did using the page mode, where I simply clicked on the image on the page. Except now I can just browse through the images. Well, the setting there where I'm limiting it based on image size would essentially ignore images that are outside of that range. So it helps to narrow the images down to the images that we would actually want to link up. Now, in a lot of cases, you may not need to change that setting at all, but I still wanted to point out that it was there because there are some situations where you may have really small images or larger images on your page, and they're not going to be images that are ever linked up to Amazon products. And if that's a default rule that you would want to go ahead and set to make your use of Azon Publisher Studio a little bit easier, then that is an option that is there for you. So to use this theater mode right here, you really do the same thing that you were doing previously, except you're just browsing the images itself. And then when you find the image that you want to link up to an Amazon product, you simply click on it right here. And this opens up the same search box, and you can simply search for your product here and click on it, and it will add it in to the Shop Now tag in the bottom of your picture. So this is all pretty simple to use and set up. As you can see, it really didn't take me very long to completely set up this plugin for use on my site and to actually go through and create some ads with it. And I was even explaining everything as I went, so you can imagine that this will go a lot faster when you're just creating these ads on your own website. So now that you have a full understanding of how to use this, all you have to do is browse through your live website. Figure out the relevant places where you want to create Amazon ads. A decent majority of the images in your page are useful for this type of thing. People commonly associate images with visiting another page or viewing some additional information about that image. So by plopping this little tag on here, you are drawing attention to the image and also giving yourself a better chance at referring a sale. So I would highly recommend, as long as the image on your page is relevant to some type of Amazon product, then I would recommend using this tactic on images throughout your site. Now, when it comes to the text links that you actually want to place on your site, those you have to be a little more strategic about. Browse through the content of your site and essentially look for keyword phrases in your content or call to actions in your content where you're telling the person to look at a particular product or brand or something of that nature that could be related to an Amazon product. So that way, when you're telling someone to take a look at hypoallergenic down comforters, you can link that up to an Amazon product page so they can simply click on it. So you don't want to load your content full of these text links, but you want to instead strategically place them in relevant places that are the most likely going to get clicks for you and actually convert them into sales, because you don't want to mislead anybody with these links either. So I hope all of you have enjoyed this training, and I hope that you have a thorough understanding of how to use Azon Publisher Studio. And I also hope that it helps to save you a ton of time with creating your Amazon affiliate sites, both now and far into the future. Thank you everyone for watching, and thank you for picking up Azon Publisher Studio. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me at ryanstevensonplugins.com/support.